Before we bring up your other co-headline, make some noise for the staff at Good Times. Hey, they've been taking care of you all night, serving you, giving you drinks. Awesome. You guys ready for your second co-headliner? All right, here we go. He's won Funny Fest. He's coming to you all the way from Edmonton. Please make some noise for Art Belrose, everybody.
Check, check. Welfare check. Lethbridge, how are we doing tonight? Yeah, nice looking crowd here. Give it up for all your comics you saw on the show. Zach, Tim, Anton, and Will. Give it up for them. I didn't think white people could be that funny, but they were tonight, I guess. I love Zach too. He was like telling the joke there about like grandparents dying, like be not surprised in front of like a room full of like grandparents. And, there was one old guy too. He's like, yeah, I'm not surprised when you see a Gen Z die, because fuck, they're all idiots. You know what I mean? And I thought, what's Zach going to do, if he ever gets into a black club, And just be like, yeah, there's some method to racism's madness. What do you guys think? Oh, that made me laugh in the bathroom anyways. John, your other co-headliner, Art Belrose. I'm Métis. Thank you. We're the best looking Indians. Sometimes we get mistaken for looking Japanese, especially me. Whenever I go to Vancouver, I have all these Japanese tourists come running up to me. They want to take pictures with me because they think they ran into a professional sumo from back home. So I've been thinking about moving to Japan just to get laid. Over there I'd be a god. Here I'm just an obese Indian. I've always been this big though. When I was 12 years old, this movie came out. It was called Indian in the Cupboard. And had a profound effect on me, so much so I was deathly scared of cupboards. I ran into the pantry. I never came out for 20 years, and now this is what I look like. Anybody remember that movie, Indian in the Cupboard? Yeah, the boy, he puts a doll in the house and it comes to life. And I was like, he brought a native to life. Like little boy, you should have brought like a Barbie to life. Who the fuck wants to bring a native to life? A Barbie, you could have played with them titties, Got his fucking first finger bang going on, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's nice to be here in Lethbridge. You guys have a little area called Indian Battle Heights. I went in there. I was like, oh, I'll see some gang wars going on here, and it was just a bunch of rednecks. I was like, oh, Luke Combs just have a concert here, for fuck's sakes? Indian battlegrounds, and there's no natives there, huh? But yeah, everybody's pretty nice here in Lethbridge. I was going through Tim Hortons this morning. Somebody paid for my coffee. And the cashier said, yeah, the guy wants you to pay it forward. I told her, I said, I'm native. We don't even fucking pay back. Let alone pay something forward. That's some fucking white man shit right there for you. What do we got? You're the welder, right? Oh, okay. You guys come just on a date tonight, right on. Okay, you guys into cocaine at all or no? Oh, no? You never did a hammer rail off him? No. Just right off his cock? No, he's a welder. Okay. Okay. How many dates you guys been on? Yeah, are you guys married or? Oh, okay, right on. What's your guys' names? Christy, okay, and Jeremy. Nice to meet. Thanks for coming out tonight, eh? And you guys, what's your guys' story? Double date. Oh, is it gonna be like a little orgy later? I'll move on here. And you guys are dating too? Couple? Oh yeah. What's your guys' names? Jeff and. Oh, right on, Jeff and Julie. Thanks for coming out tonight. Oh, having popcorn, right on. Popcorn and beer, right on. And you're the native here, right? When Anton asks you what you're doing for work, you're like, oh, I'm still figuring it out. Whenever my white friends ask me what I'm doing, that's what I say. Oh, he's still figuring shit out. It's all good. Take your time, man. Work sucks. You know? Working for the whitey or the Jew is tough work. Where was I? Oh, yeah. Well, actually, I was working, though. I just finished a couple years up in Fort Mac. I was driving a haul truck up there. You know, what's nice about working up there is whenever you're negotiating for your pay, you can negotiate for how many 8 balls and escorts you receive. Sometimes I feel out of place up there, though, because there's so much cocaine use. Like, I've only tried it twice. You know, once for 9 months, once for a year. What is Lethbridge? Are you guys Oilers fans or Flames fans here? Who's Oilers fan? Anybody? Okay, settle down over there. Yeah, what is this anyways? We got like a bunch of old people and like 2 black guys in between. Are they the drivers? Do they drive you the community here? Yeah, who's the Flames fan here? Who? Oh, you? Oh my God. Okay. Well, you know, a couple team plane crashes, they'll be right there next year. You know. Yeah. But yeah, I'm an Oilers fan. They've been doing these land acknowledgements at Oilers games past few years. I'm not really a big fan. I don't think the NHL or the Oilers really give a shit about Indians. I think they're just doing it to look good, you know, look woke. Plus, I find Chief Littlechild, when he delivers these land acknowledgements, he's pretty monotone. You know, there's not much passion in them. You know, but if they would get my Auntie Arlene, after she just lost by 1 number at bingo. Now that's a land acknowledgement I could get behind. Yeah, that bitch Cindy won again. Probably blows the collar. You pieces of shit stole our land. Enjoy the hockey game. Is Cindy here in the back there? No? Just had to throw that one in there. Yeah, sadly, my Auntie Arlene passed away a few years back during COVID. Wasn't from COVID, she had cancer. Government wasn't allowing us to gather together at the time. So my auntie wanted to do a traditional indigenous funeral. And my Uncle Dennis, her husband, agreed to this. It's a bit of an illegal funeral. But what happens at a traditional native funeral is your coffin gets put on a wooden raft and gets sent out to the lake. Then we're on the land, and we beat a drum, we sing some native songs, we have a fire going. Then we light an arrow to burn the casket. And what we want to do is, with the drums going and the singing, it helps the ancestors find her spirit easier. That's the gist of it. So it's the day of the funeral. So we're in Gift Lake up north near High Prairie. We're on the hill. My auntie's casket gets pushed out. It's a bit like, a Viking funeral, if you've seen any of those movies and stuff. As my auntie's casket gets pushed out to the lake, we're on the hillside there, all crying, telling stories, singing songs. And all of a sudden we see something in the water. There's these 3 or 4 beavers. They start going towards the wooden raft. I guess they're highly territorial. Now, a family of beavers is called a colony. So on this res, on this res, the nickname for beavers is colonizers. So all of us on the hill, we're like, holy fuck, these colonizers are going to get antsy. Going to ruin their coffin there. So my uncle, he's had a few whiskeys that day. He goes and grabs his rifle. Oh, take out the water here. Now he goes down on one knee. I don't know why we're on the side of a hill, like he's fighting Napoleon or something. And he's so half cut that when he shoots the gun, it knocks him over. Boom! And I came over to him. I was like, Uncle, you shot Auntie. And he's like, at least I got her before the colonizers did. Yeah, my Uncle Dennis, he's a funny guy. One time I called the farm. I was like, where's Auntie? He's like, oh, she's putting the chickens to bed. And I said, oh, how come you're not out there helping her? And he's like, oh, I put enough chicks to bed in my day. Yeah, my sister came up to me at the dinner table the other day. She's like, hey, you gonna like my Insta post? I told her, I said, I don't even fucking like you. Now you can like that joke on Instagram. Yeah, I've been thinking about getting a sex change. Just to dominate women's sports. You see this guy in California, he's like 6'6", got a sex change. Now he's playing women's college basketball. Just dunking her over these chicks. Looks like he's having a blast. So I thought, I could bring home a gold medal in Women's Team Canada Rugby. I'll be the best all fucking time. Just run over these lesbians, no problem. Boom, boom, boom. Fucking stiff arm. Boom. Get a fucking statue made. Right by Gretzky, eh? And get a Bud Light. I'm trying to get Mr. Weatherby here to laugh, but he hasn't laughed at anything here. You all guys okay there? You having a good time? Good time? Yeah? Okay, good. Good. What's your guys' story? Oh, you're married? Oh, okay, right on. Oh, have you done a hammer rail on him? And you? You're just buddies? Oh, okay, right on. Well, thanks for coming out here. That's why it's called Good Times. You know, we're having a good time. I don't know. We've seen a movie lately. Me and my girlfriend, we did some mushrooms and we went and watched that How to Train Your Dragon. There's this fucked up commercial before the previews. It was like a Scotiabank card commercial about these animated popcorn kernels. One of them was even called Colonel. And their mission was to get into this popcorn bag. So I'm like, what the fuck are we watching here? Some kind of suicide mission before the movie starts here? I did too many mushrooms, though. I started crying halfway through the movie. My girlfriend's like, oh, yeah, I can't believe he ditched his son, hey? I was like, no, I'm fucking eating Colonel right now. What else? I saw that 28 years later, is a zombie movie, but in Britain. It's kind of messed up. Like, it shows these zombies, they're like British guys, but like they have like the biggest cocks. So it's very highly inaccurate, you know? I've played hockey with a few Brits, and you know, that's not what they're known for. Might as well have gave them good teeth too, for fuck's sakes, eh? I watched that Bob Dylan movie too. I thought it was pretty boring. You know, it goes from folk music to electric guitar. Should have been like the best movie of all time. I did enjoy that Elvis movie though a few years back. That was a good one. There was one scene that bugged me though. Elvis gets introduced on stage and he starts singing. He starts moving his hips. And it cuts to the audience, and some of the girls are having orgasms. And, you know, this really bugged me, because I can't even get a woman to have an orgasm, and I use my cock. I thought, wow, this is just fucking Hollywood bullshit here. Then I went to a Garth Brooks concert the next night, and he starts singing When the Thunder Rolls. He's moving his hips, and I fucking cummed in my pants. Yeah, I grew up, I'm a big Star Trek fan. There's this old street joke, how come there's no natives on Star Trek? That's because we don't work in the future either. Or like this guy here is still figuring it out, eh? Just figuring it out. Yeah, it kind of always bugged me that there's no natives in Star Trek. Well, they got one Mexican play one Mexican play one guy who was a native supposedly. But I always thought what it would be like if, you know, natives were in Star Trek, so I kind of made a little skit for you guys. Captain's log. Start date 2 nights before bingo. Hi, Captain walks to work. Spirit name Chinese buffet. I've been asked by the United Federation of Reserves to command the USS Dodge Caravan. Our mission is to take the bottles in to Planet Recycle, along with all the positronic catalytic converters we have found throughout the Alpha Quadrant. We have yet to run into our mortal enemies, the RCMP. As soon as we arrive to the planet, my chief engineer stands with the wrench, informs me that there's a leak in our warp coil, plasma leak. I decide I'll beam down to the planet's surface and visit a local shop. My body has to be beamed in 2 parts, as my penis is too large to be transported all at once. The local shop is run by a Jew-on. They're known for their bartering tactics and putting comedy clubs in Lethbridge basement suites. He informs me that there's a 25% tariff on duct tape right now. I tell him no problem. We don't pay taxes. I return to the ship, stands with the wrench, patches up the warp coil. The mission was a success. We obtained enough money for bingo. As we're about to leave, 2 pigs of prey, Starship, RCMP, decloak in front of us. They want to know if we've been warping under the influence. I gave them some moose meat donuts and they let us on our way. I informed the crew we'll 2 pit stops on the way home. 1 Planet KFC to grab a bucket. Then we're going to go look for some aunties on Planet Twisted Tea. That's my Star Trek story right there. I was thinking like natives in Star Wars too, but it's kind of, Star Wars already seems like a native story, you know, the name Skywalker, and like, you know, the mysticism of like, of natives, like all in one, or we're all together, all one with the universe. You know, plus you don't find out who your real dad is until your mid-20s. Yeah, I'm proud to be native. There's one thing that bugs me though. It's our name in the gay and lesbian community. 2 spirits, to be 2-spirited. This is not a traditional indigenous name. It originated out of Winnipeg 30 years ago. And nothing good has originated out of Winnipeg. Plus, you know, I think it's kind of conforming to the white man, you know, because they brought over gayness. Ah, fuck, I love saying that. Plus, this was the year I was going to come out, and I heard this term. I said, fuck that, that's too gay. I've only had gay sex twice, though. Once for 9 months, once for a year. Yeah, sometimes when I tell that joke on the res, I always have one tree hugging Indian come up to me after the show. They're like, why do you make fun of your own people? Fuck for money! Yeah, I was at Comic-Con in Calgary a few months back. It was pretty cool. Everybody was all dressed up. A couple of these girls, they dressed up as pop bottles. One was cream soda. One was 7 Up. They just taped pop bottles all over them. They were good-looking girls. My buddy Dave's like, hey, Art, you should go hit on them. And yeah, right away, my white side's like, yeah, I'll get laid tonight. And my native side's like, yeah, maybe they'll give me their bottles to take in. Yeah, I might be part of cancel culture here. Joke's on them, though. My culture's already canceled. But no, I didn't end up hitting on them. I just went back to the hotel room. I got an escort. Anybody in here ever get an escort? You too? No? No? But yeah, she was pretty cool, Colombian girl. She agreed to do it native style. She comes up to the room, we're doing all the positions, and she asks, like, what is native style? I was like, oh, I pay you next week, babe. The next day I told my buddy Dave I got an escort, and he's like, all my white friends, they always say the same thing, I can't believe you pay for sex. And I always tell them, like, I can't believe you pay for land. That's a good one right there. Yeah. Yeah, Pope Francis died earlier this year. He's the one who came and gave the empty apology there in Edmonton. I know some natives are happy about that, but I don't know. I just kind of wish there was like some more accountability, Just like 10 priests executed or something, just, hey, there we go, hey. Just a little something, Because there's some of them still alive, right? I don't want to get too preachy on you here. But I wanted to go to Francis's funeral. I couldn't get the time off work. It was a pretty historical event. 5 million people went. I wanted to go, because being native, it would have brought me tremendous joy to see 5 million white people all crying at the same time. Oh, look at the bus drivers clapping for that one, eh? The black guys. Fuck yeah. Actually, I always thought they should do like a Catholic priest pedophile land acknowledgement after an Indigenous land acknowledgement, Just to piss off all the racists. Get my auntie Arlene to do it, after she just won bingo. Junior, we're not stopping at McDonald's on the way home. I barely won. Good thing I blew the collar. Father Wiggins and Father Collinson raped these lands. Enjoy the hockey game. Yeah, that one's a little dark, but I like that one. I like that one. I'll leave you guys with one more here. Thanks for coming out this weekend, eh? Thanks for supporting live comedy. Give it up for Good Times, Whitney, and all the staff. Make sure you guys tip well. Don't go full white and take your money to the grave. You know what I mean? I'm also selling some merch after the show. I got stickers by donation, $1 or $2,000, whatever you want. My T-shirt here, FBI comedy, fucking big Indian comedy. Just some reconciliation merch, Yeah, whenever I close the show, I always just say thanks for letting me be a medicine man tonight. Because when you laugh, it's good for the body. It releases some endorphins. So I feel like I'm fucking traditional Indian up here sometimes. I'll leave you guys with one more though. I was sleeping with my girlfriend the other day, and she gives me an elbow. She rolls out of bed, goes to the couch, and I said, "Well, babe, what's going on?" She's like, "You're an asshole. I had a dream you were cheating on me." And I was like, "No way, like what are the odds we're having the same fucking dream?" Then I took my dream catcher down. All right, thanks. You guys have been awesome, eh?